Happy Green Day, everyone. There's a local book depository, used bookstore in our area, one of the few remaining, and it's called Half Price Books. And currently they have I think it's a quarterly coupon event where throughout the week different coupons are released, starting from 20 and ending at 50% off. Today I think is still 40%. So this will be a quick review of what we picked up so far, and we've got some pretty neat things there. I've been eyeing their copy of Queen Domino and Stuffed Fables all week. Still debating whether or not I'll get them on a 50% off day. If I do, I'll probably just end up selling them for a minor profit. Anyway, this is what we've picked up so far. This is an unboxing video for the game we picked up today. I'd like to talk a little bit more about some of the things we also picked up, but maybe we should do that separately. So the first thing we picked up was this graphic novel called Gotham by Midnight. I'm still new to the DC canon. I jumped ship from Marvel for obvious reasons, after being a long-time fan, and we found this among the graphic novels. And art is by Ben Templesmith. He's the gentleman that was responsible for the first 30 Days of Night miniseries, which was incredible. And I really, really like his art. It's not the clean, crisp, and overly rendered type stuff you see in normal comics. It's a bit minimalist isn't the word I'm looking for, but it's not as clean, and the colors are very muted, sepia toned almost. But what drew me most to this was that the Spectre is in Gotham City. He's actually part of the Midnight Troop of Gotham policemen, and I'm a big fan of the Spectre. And this is the Jim Corrigan Spectre. I know that for a while, was it Hal Jordan was the Spectre, and there's currently someone else as the Spectre now, so I'm not sure where this fits into things. And you can see right there's the bat plane, or whatever they call it. So Batman does make a minor appearance, but he's in no way the focus of this at all. I'm not sure how many volumes there are of this, or if there's even more to come. But I enjoyed what I read, and I look forward to more. Second thing we picked up, we found quite by accident, but it was really lovely, is The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury and illustrated by Grizz Grimley. I don't know if you're familiar with his stuff or not. He does a similar type of artwork to, this is going to bother me now, The Crumb? No. Well, he's a gentleman that he did that very pencil-y Victorian type art, and he did the one story of the children in the alphabet, and each alphabet letter is the name of a child and a brief rhyme of how they died. So this is The Halloween Tree, illustrated by Grizz Grimley. Beautiful, excellent story by Ray Bradbury. I might actually read the opening to this book. It's incredible. My first introduction to this story was actually quite some time ago, and someone had made an animated feature on this that was on television. It was narrated by the author, Ray Bradbury, and one of the main characters in it, a gentleman by the name of Marsh, was voiced by Leonard Nimoy. So, incredible story. I look forward to reading it, and it'll probably become a staple for my Halloween fables. Now, the main focus of this is going to be what I picked up today. This is the new expansion of Epic Spell Wars Battle Wizards. Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards. Meet Melee at Murdershroom Marsh. So this was about $24, which is cheaper than retail if you go to a game store. And on top of that, it was 40% off. and I already have the previous two um, versions of this game, all of which are compatible and can also be played by themselves. This one features some new play elements, I believe. Let's open it up and I'll read the back really quick. So yeah, today's St. Patrick's Day. It's a pretty useless date for us, really. We never drink alcohol, and we're far from being Irish. Nothing against the two, it's just not us. Alright. So this is Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards, Melee at Murdershroom, Marsh, by Cryptozoic Entertainment. I really like Cryptozoic. They're probably one of my top 3 game studios, next to Level 99 and something else I can't think of right now. And they're beautiful, beautiful, nice. The few times I've run into them at Comic-Con, I've sung their praises in previous videos. Alright, so let's see what it says here. Epic Spell Wizards. Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards, Duelist at Skullfire, was the inconveniently long-titled first chapter in the war to end all wars. It was pretty awesome. The second Epic Spell Wars was way more awesomer. Now, the third Epic Spell Wars game is here to make the first 2 look totally dumb. Unless you haven't bought the first 2 yet. In which case, they're still pretty cool. If you thought being snared in the absurdity of an eternal wizard war where life and death carry no meaning was a hoot in the first 2 games, well, my friend, you need to bring a change of underwear this time. Melee at Murdershroom Marsh is a hazy, drug-induced bender battle for supremacy among 2 to 6 fellow wizards. You'll be tripping balls and murdering at the same time. We call that a win-win scenario in the WizBiz. You'll possess unbridled magical power to rule the intemperate battlefield as you see fit. What better way to endear yourself to friends and family than to be a giant spell-wielding D-bag for all eternity? Let's see here. Key features: 85% more violent and offensive than the first 2 Epic Spell Wars combined. Standalone game and 100% compatible with the previous games. 128 all-new spectacular spell cards to wreak havoc with crazy combos. 8 new wizards to trip out. 2 to 6 players. Expand your spell wars with gnarly cantrips and radical bad trips. Interesting. All deliveries are either creature or dual glyphed. Nice. Alright, so let's take a look inside. Here is the instruction booklet. Always in color. Nice and glossy. Here are the new wizards. I will open these up one by one so you can look at them. Here's the chit sheet. We've got the nice little standee. We've got the last wizard standing tokens, some of the blood tokens. I'm not sure what these are used for. Oh wow. And the inside of the boxes are always decorated and also really nice. Something I appreciate. They have another game called Food Fight that was very similar. It was all nicely decorated and all that. That was a really fun card drafting game. The dice. 2 decks of cards, so some of these are going to be the spell cards and dead wizard cards and treasure cards, I believe. Nice little bag to keep them in. And maybe we'll go through these really quick too. Alright, let's see. You got a fold? Yeah. Open this up. Alright, first wizard we have is Briny Brittany, Terror of the Deep, or From the Deep. I have absolutely no information on the creation of these. If I could hazard a guess, I would almost say that this was someone on the design team or maybe a fan or something, but I'm sure that's something they probably advertise. And this is the other side, where you count the life and things like that. Dung Star the Poo Pope. Wow. You've got a wizard of poo that's a dung beetle. That's brilliant. Embryonicus, Archmagi of the Future. Alright, so we've got a future wizard. I've always preferred the term technomancer, like the people that do magic with computers and things. We have Lord Darklord, Lord of the Darkness with kittens. Okay, let me read that again. It's Lord Darklord, Lord of the Darkness and kittens. That's funny. We've got Mad King Munch the Nutcracker. He does look mad, doesn't he? Wow. We have Malice from Weirdo Land. Oh, she's cute. On the bottle it says Smaller and Stranger. There's a nice big octopus there with the Mad Hatter's hat. That's cool. Okay. This is Rear Admiral Pat Mahoney. Okay, that's clever. I won't go into detail about the name. He is also flipping the bird in this picture, but it's pretty incredible. And he's riding a narwhal. Rear Admiral. Okay. And finally we have Thuckin' Early. And this is like a two-headed troll beast thing. Oh, I guess he's also a wizard. Now, I'm sure there's something behind the two names. Thuckin' Early? Thuckin' Early. Thuckin' Early. I'm not getting it, thankfully. I hope it's not too nasty. And he's reading War and Peace by Tolstoy. Thuckin' Early? Tolstoy? I'm not getting it. If someone can clear this up for me, though, I'd be grateful. Alright, let's look at the cards. If you haven't played this game, I recommend it. It's a great party game. Good to play with friends. Well, what game isn't good to play with friends? You build spells out of 3 components using your hand of cards. I'm going to get the components wrong, but one is like they'll say it on the bottom here: source, delivery, and something else. Let's open this up. There we go. And normally the spells are built around spells from other wizards or something like that. They have other wizards on the cards performing the spells. So you don't have to technically build a hand using spells that only your wizard can use. You get bonuses by matching the element, I guess you'd call it, of the spell. And you don't have to build your spell around a particular element. There could be 3 different elements, but the bonuses you get will be less. Alright, let's... so these are all the sources here. These are the quality. Okay, that's the center of the spell. And the final one's the delivery. So let's go through a few of these. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And I really enjoy the artwork. It reminds me a bit of the... oh boy. The guy that used to do the Crazy Driver race cars. Big Daddy Roth, I think his name was. Right, so we got King Tut and Putz. We've got Pigpox Junior Junkies. We have Zapoculosos. Can you see these okay? I'm sorry. We've got Wizard Whackenstaffs. We've got Goo Goo Gaga. Okay, these are babies screaming in a blender. Okay. We've got Princess Pestilence. We have Cocky Clamps. We have Hand Puppet Hitlers. See, look where his hand is going. Kind of appropriate, I'd say. We have In Drag Ons. I get it, because it's a dragon in drag. Clever. We have Burning Mans. Looks a bit like a hipster, huh? That's funny. fire crotchias. Oh, I know some gingers that aren't gonna like that one. Howard Combustadors. Well, that's cool. He's a conquistador, but he's called Combustador. Boobarina. Right, maybe I should have looked at these for... Okay, wait, this caught my eye. 8 bitties. This is cool. I can't wait to see what the rest of his spell looks like. I like the whole 8-bit art and everything. So those are just some of the source cards and all the really cool wizards that build those spells. So this is the quality, the centers. We've got forfeiting. These might be a bit more boring. Larcenous. Freaky deaking. Multitudinous. Hazardous. Cannibalistic. We'll do one more. Volcanine. Nice. And then from the quality we have only a few of the deliveries. Bad Brain Day. Flamin' Anus. Sorry. LSD. Laser Skin Dolphin. Wow. And Bi-Triclops. Wow, they're really up to their creativity, is a nice way of putting it, with this expansion. I'm very excited. Alright, come on. You can, of course, mix and match, mix it together with the other expansions, all of which you can play by themselves. I kind of choose not to. I like to keep things the way they are, because my OCD won't let me keep them all together, and I'd end up separating them all out afterwards. So these are the remaining delivery cards here. These are the dead wizard cards, yeah? No, these are the wild magic cards. So what these are here is, if you're you can build spells using you don't have to use all 3 components. So you can build a spell that is only source and quality, for say. But you can't use but if you don't, let's say, have a well, if you look at the ribbon, you can see that they kind of join up. So if you don't have one or the other, you're not going to be able to use 2 of the same source, 2 of the same quality, 2 of the same, that kind of thing. And what the wild magic does is it fills in an empty space, so you can do a complete spell. And I believe what the wild magic does is when you use it, allows you to pull from the deck until you get a center part to fill in. So you're not trying to match a particular element or anything like that. You just want the part of the spell that you're missing. Now, where were we? Alright. So these are still the deliveries. Maybe I... Yes, I did. Okay. Here we go. Or, no, I didn't. I'm silly. They were off camera. Okay. So we've got some nice wild magic cards. Here are the treasure cards. Excellent. We have the Sacred Skull of Marley. We have the Sacred Skull of Poe. Wow. Sacred Skull of Leary. That's Timothy Leary. Sacred Skull of Freud. Sacred Skull of Burroughs. Sacred Skull of Hunter Hess. Nice. Wow, I have to... If there's one thing I've learned after years of dealing with drug people, is that you can turn your back on a person, but you can never turn your back on a drug. especially when it's waving a razor sharp hunting knife in your eye. We have the Forbidden Top Hat, Stone Golem statue, Lamp of the Gin and Tonic, clever. Satanic Heavy Metal albums, the Naughty Pine, naughty, I get it, because she looks a bit naughty, yeah. The Power Pill, Sack of Nuts, Afterlife deck, yes, okay. Spanish Fly. You're full of. You can finish that one. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. You have the Imaginary Talking Dog, Slow Roller's Guide, Time Jalopy, Little Pig's Feast, Slot Machine of the Damned, The Third Nipple, Poem of the Dingler, Banner of the Ketchup Mechanic, and the Pity Party Pinata. So what I do like to do, though, is I like to use different characters with the different games or what have you. That way I don't have to separate all the cards or everything. So these are going to mostly look the same here. Let's see. Yeah, and that's one thing about the treasure cards is I like that they're not constantly repeated. Because with the other spells, you'll have 2 or 3 of the same one. And I'm fine with that. Maybe if I was a bit more, I don't know, enthusiastic, I might separate out, like, let's see here, how many they have of each. So we've got 1, 2, just 2. Alright. I thought there was more. There's 3. So you technically got 3 of each spell. And you have 3 standalone games of the Epic Spell Wars. So maybe what I would do, if I had some time or whatever, is I would take out and separate them and then put them all together in a single deck, so that way you've got more variety of spells in one deck and you're not repeating them. That could be fun, yeah? Right, let's see here. We got Tentacle from the Tomb, Brained. I hope you're seeing these, I'm sorry. Shelled, yes, shelled. Terminated. Creamed Seaman. That's seaman like a person that's on a boat. Okay. We have Cracked Under Pressure. The Crypt of the Ultimate Evil. There's a kitty on it. And we have the S-Wiped. Alright, I'm pretty excited to play this. If I ever get to. This is pretty fun. So if there's anything really cool left over on the 50% off day, I might pick up Stuffed Fables. It apparently plays a lot like Mice and Mystics. I really liked what I saw of Mice and Mystics. I used to own it, and I had a few expansions, and I never played it. Because technically I don't have a gaming group or any friends, so it's kind of hard to play games like that when you have to continuously continue a story or whatever. I really like the aesthetic, though. Beautiful art, really cool minis, and the story is like a children's fable. So maybe I'll get it just to have it in my collection. As I did say, though, I could also sell it at my local game store to get credit. So maybe I'll do that, but I'd just be getting more games that I can't play, yeah? Right, so this was an unboxing of Epic Spell Wars Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Melee at Murdershroom Marsh. For some reason I want to say Murder Shadow. Well, this is cool. They've really done a lot with the humor and the art in this. I fancy it a lot. I can't wait to play it. Happy St. Patrick's